Well, good morning, my dear YouTube friends. This week we're gonna do a number of little jobs. I know I have been telling you I was going to take that top floor down of that outbuilding there, and then with these stones build a wall around the fire pit. And I've been holding off for weeks because there were other things that I had to do that were more urgent. I'm not going to do that this week. I'm going to do that next week, and this time I really promise you. I've been promising it before, but next week we're going to start with that big job. We had to do the roof. We really had to do the roof. It's raining now. Well, it's like overcast and a little drizzle now, so we did the roof at the right time. I've got a number of other little jobs that I want to do this week. We're not going to install this door there because it's a beautiful door. We're going to install it somewhere else, but it's just making that wall too crowded. Just too much going on with that light here, and you know, the entrance door, etc. It's not needed to put a feature like this on that wall. We're going to install that old wooden window there just as decoration and for the vine to hold on to. That's one of the jobs. Then I need to finish off the roof. I need to put the planking here, under here, finish that all off nice and neat, and install the gutter back on. And then, oh God, I need to finish this rendering. The rendering is absolute shite. It's a bad job. It's one of the worst jobs I've ever done. You can probably see it here, the difference between that pattern and the pattern below. Why is it such a bad job? Well, one of the reasons is that I put the rendering on, and then I left to pick Nadia up in Italy for a couple of days, and the rendering completely cured, and then I couldn't brush the pattern in it with the steel brush. Also, where you know it overlaps, you can see these big seams right there, and I can't get them brushed out by hand. So I bought a special tool for it. We're gonna set it up today and try to make this look tidy and neat. And then I gotta clean out the window frames, give them another 2 coats of varnish. I use a really high quality boat varnish that we used on the super yachts. Really good stuff, really happy with it, and I'm gonna use that again. You see on this wall how crappy the rendering is. It's just awful, bloody awful. It's just basically a botched job. I gotta sort of tidy that up, and I want to do that this week. Furthermore, yeah, at the end of the week, Nadia and I are planning to take the camper out, and we go to gorgeous du Tarn, which is 3 hours south of here. Beautiful area with a gorge, what do you call it? What do you call it? A canyon, sort of a canyon really. With a river, and you can do canoeing and rafting and all. It's going to be beautiful weather, so it's nice to get out of there. And while Nadia's here, we also, apart from working on the house, we should also do a little bit of holidaying, right? A subscriber told me, you know, sometimes you got to stop and smell the roses. He's absolutely right. I have a big problem with it. I can't do it. I'm always working, and it's really hard for me to stop and smell the roses. But when Nadia is here, I've got to do it, and I really enjoy it. Oh yeah, want to talk about the roof with you again. I failed with the roof. For viewers who've been watching us for the last year, they know we converted this old barn into a tiny house to live in while we do up the rest of the house. I had a minimum amount of time to do that because I was staying in the camper van on the camping. The camping was going to close, and I really needed to be in this little house before the winter started. Our whole idea with this property is that we renovate it, we modernize it, we make it strong and good, but we keep the old, quaint, picturesque, vintage look. We don't mind damaged wood. We don't mind a little bit of chipped paint. We don't mind discoloration. We don't mind mosses growing on the roof. It all adds to the character, and that's what we want. We don't want a new house. It's not what we want. So this roof came with one of the rafters nearly collapsing, and there was a big dent, a big dimple in the roof. It doesn't really show very well on the camera, but there was a dent in it and I thought, oh, that dent is great, you know, that adds character to the house. We keep that dent. I'm going to reinforce the roof from the inside out, and I cut rafters in the shape of the dent and reinforce the whole roof. So the dent is still there, but the roof is strong, like it's new. But it looks like an old crappy roof, which I like, you know, that's the character. Well, shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just taken off the tiles. I should have completely put new rafters in while I was on the job, insulated it, sealed it, finished the job. Because due to the dent in the roof, it was really difficult installing the tiles in the correct way. Because what happens when you put the slats that the tiles hang on to on the roof with a dent, it's really difficult to keep them at the same parallel distance to each other. And that is part of the reasons why the tiles look a bit not very uniform in places. It also made it very difficult for me to do that job. Should have done that. The second big mistake I have made while doing up the house is that bloody chimney. We wanted to have a fireplace in the little house, and a fireplace needs a chimney, and we didn't want a chimney that would stand out. So we wanted to have something really low profile. We bought a chimney, ordered a chimney in the same color as the tiles, just to sort of blend in, and had it going through the roof, which was an awful lot of work. It was really expensive. I think we paid more than €1,000 just for the chimney. And it reduces the space we have inside the loft of the little house where we sleep. What I should have done is just stick the chimney through the wall and then outside the wall a straight pipe up, and I would have been done for like €200 in a couple of days instead of probably a week that I spent on it. I would have had more space inside the little house, the loft, and I wouldn't have to do so much work on the roof. And also, I mean, when you make a hole in the roof, you gotta make sure that it's watertight, right? So that's extra work. I should have just placed a nice opening Velux window, roof window in the roof, you know. That would have really helped, especially now with the warm weather. It really warms up in that loft. I've got an air conditioning unit in there. If we just had an opening flat window in that roof on the garden side, nobody would have seen it, and we could have aired the whole place without sacrificing space. Now we've got a chimney in there, we've got an aircon in there, we also got a sleep in there. So I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned from them, definitely. But yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. Yeah, I would say a mistake. Don't make the mistakes I make. I make them for you so that you don't have to make them. Right, hopefully Nadia is going to work this week on the garden in the front of the house, the street side. It's a jungle out there. Can't even look through the windows anymore. There's just vines growing everywhere and roses and all. Oh, terrible. It really needs to be trimmed back, and Nadia has to work on that this week. Otherwise I'll do it, and I'm not too friendly with plants. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put up that little window first so that the vine has something to grow on, and it's a little piece of decoration. Let's get started. Nadia, can you give me a hand? Could you please give me the big drill carefully? Carefully, yeah. Okay, and then tell me if it's horizontal. Or which side needs to go up or down. Look from all directions.
It looks straight.
Yeah? No, got it. Can you take the drill? Okay. Thanks. Alright, that's one little job done. I can't secure this part because it sits too far away from the wall, you know. Neither the wall is straight or this window frame is straight, but you know, this doesn't come off. And that will form a nice trellis for these vines to hold on to. Nadia, can you help me? The plant is growing in
Okay, let me do it.
all kinds of really strange directions.
Yeah, that's what we want. Be careful. That's good. Good, nice. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
These are the same, those petunias like the ones we have.
We're in the garden shop again.
I love it. I love being in the garden shop.
Huh?
Only €6. Petunias, like the ones we have hanging.
Okay,
I think those would be good to go in the as pot plants
okay.
on that side passage. Do you like this colour?
They're a bit gay, but
Well, you're a bit gay, so. Or do you think that's better?
yeah, or the darker ones.
Like the.
Yeah.
That's quite cool. Isn't it? What two? I do really like these though. These little red ones.
It's really hard to choose.
I think we're done for now, sweets.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take these, but what do you think about taking that other hanging petunia plant? I mean, it looks a bit dead.
How long is it going to live for?
I don't know.
Okay, well, let's not take it then.
Okay. All right, come on, let's go.
Okay, fine. Thanks.
Let's get out of here. Oh, actually, you know what? But no, just so you know, we could also have, what are these called again? Geraniums. Would you rather have geraniums?
No,
Then
no,
these?
we're good. Let's go.
No, but instead of.
Yeah, no, we're good now.
You sure?
Yeah, yeah,
Kind of like see.
Nadia,
I can kind of.
can we go?
Yes, but I can kind of see those instead of these. Can I make the decision?
Yeah, you make the decision.
Do you want? Well, tell me what you think.
What you have in your hand is better.
Yeah, you don't like the geraniums?
No.
Okay, right, let's go then. If you don't like them, there's no point. So they're quite nice though. I
Yeah, they're really
quite like
nice.
those.
But I like what we have. Can we go?
Alright, come on, hurry up.
I am very disappointed in myself. I'm very disappointed in myself as a human being, as a man, as a builder, as a creator, as a maker. At least, you know, I thought that's the way I saw myself. As a maker, as a creator, as somebody who thinks, designs, builds, improves. Really, really disappointed. My confidence level is at an all-time low. And why? Because I bought a prefab chicken coop. Now a chicken coop for a maker is a dream project. You can do everything with a chicken coop. You can make a small miniature castle that becomes a chicken coop. You can build a Dutch windmill that is a chicken coop. You can do all kinds of crazy stuff with a chicken coop, and I've been dreaming for years to have chickens. I've never had chickens, and I always thought I'm going to build a chicken coop myself, because that's the way it's gotta be. But what have I done? Bought a prefab chicken coop. It's horrible. It's disgraceful. It's like sending your babysit with your kid to a graduation ceremony. It's wrong in every way possible. It's wrong. Nadia! 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 I reckon they like sand, huh?
Well, that's what the guy in the YouTube video said. He said he put sand down in his.
Yeah.
And then you put some hay over the top.
Oh, really? In the coop like this?
Well, we watched the same video together.
Oh. Some sand for them to play in. Beach party going. And then I guess a little sand here, so that the poop scoops out. You know? Oh,
Well, look from the inside.
sorry?
From the inside.
What do you mean?
Look from the inside.
Yeah.
Will they be walking on it? It's directly, that is the floor.
Yeah, that's the floor.
I feel like they're probably just gonna kick that everywhere.
Kick that everywhere. The sand.
Yeah.
Like where?
Well, when they walk, they were scratching around and stuff.
Yeah, so, but where can it go? Yeah, I mean,
I don't remember any of them doing that. I don't think it's necessary.
but it's easier to get the poop out.
Why? You have to empty the whole tray.
Yeah.
So then every time you got to replace it with sand.
Okay. Alright, we put the roof on. And then we're done really. We just need to get straw, right? For the part where they lay the eggs.